So you know that trying to maximize your earnings is definitely more than accepting every ride that Uber and Lyft throws your way. So in this video, I'm going to go over 5 secrets to help maximize your earnings when driving Uber and Lyft. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the Rideshare Guy. And that's right, we're going to go over 5 secrets on maximizing your earnings as a rideshare driver going into this year and, for the foreseeable future. As things are changing when it comes to Uber and Lyft, you have to change with it. So let's talk about the different ways that you can maximize your earnings. So one of the easiest ways to maximize your earnings on the road is driving with Surge. Obviously, Surge is going to add any type of amount onto the ride, and it's just going to be more money in your pocket versus taking base fares, which is not going to give you as much. So being able to capitalize when and where Surge pricing is going to be happening or happening currently, that is going to help you maximize your earnings right off the bat. So a tip for this is check your maps regularly, both on Uber and Lyft, because you're going to be able to see what areas are experiencing regular surge versus one-off surge. And it's definitely going to help you plan and position where you want to be better throughout the week if you're checking these things on a regular basis. And then a pro tip for this is go where it's going to be busy. So if you know how to plan accordingly, get to the events properly, or stay away from certain events because you know that it's going to pull drivers and other areas still need it. Just make sure you know where you're going. So then that way, when you're planning ahead, you're going to be able to maximize the amount of time that you're on the road in surge zones versus non-surge zones. Using both Uber and Lyft at the same time to maximize your earnings. So if you're on one app, you're only open to one app's rides. And sometimes Uber or Lyft may be busier on the other app and you may not even know it. Not only that, if you're also having the ability to be on both platforms at the same time, you double your chances of getting a ride and increase your utilization rate. Your utilization rate is the amount of time that you have somebody in the car, meaning a passenger going to and from their pickup and drop off, or heading to the destination to pick up the rider. And then that way, it's going to be much more efficient for you, meaning you're going to be earning money when the wheels are turning versus losing money or just sitting there waiting for a ride to come in. Now, another thing too is even though rideshare can be very regular, Uber can have slow times where Lyft might be a little bit busier and vice versa. So opening yourself up to multi-apping is definitely going to help you earn more being out on the road whenever you might be. So the tip is make sure you're using both apps at the same time, see what rides are coming in, and if the rides look good, accept them. If they don't, decline and wait for the next ride to come in. You want to track your earnings per hour so you know where and when it's going to be profitable for you to drive. Avoid accepting rides that is going to take you away from high demand areas. So long trips may look good right at the moment, but they could become very unprofitable very quickly, depending on the length and depending on where you have to go. Because you got to remember, you do have to make it back. So deadheading, you may have to cut everything that you just made in half. So this one might seem obvious, but unfortunately, a lot of drivers are not doing it. There's a lot more reports of drivers that are driving where the car looks like crap or falling apart or just may not be good. And some drivers out there might say, yeah, well, they pay us peanuts, and so how am I going to be able to fix my car, etc., whatever it might be. But the reality is, the cleaner you keep your car, the more it's going to impact your earnings because it's a thing called tips. If you have a nice clean car that's passenger friendly, you are more apt at receiving a tip than somebody who has crap in their car or their car is falling apart, where you might actually receive a report from that particular passenger saying that your car is not up to snuff, and they may deactivate you temporarily until that thing is fixed. So the best thing is just fix it when it needs to be fixed, keep it clean, and keep it going so you could actually potentially earn more just because of a tip. Now, how you could keep your car passenger friendly is making sure that the music isn't too loud, making sure that it's just a soft, easy music for everybody to listen to versus something that you may like. Again, this is customer service, so you want to take care of the passenger as well and give them a better experience. Because if you give them a better experience than the past driver, well, then you might actually get that tip versus somebody who may not. Now, you not only want to take advantage of the surge and anything that's going on during those particular times. But you also want to make sure that you're taking care of any bonuses that may be coming your way. Now, I know it's been few and far between for most drivers, but a lot of drivers are starting to see more and more bonuses coming in. So take advantage of those, and you want to hit them hard right off the bat. So if you have a weekday quest, start Monday, Tuesday, and try to pound out as many as you can for those first few days. Try to get 75% or more of those particular rides that you need to when it comes to that quest, because then Wednesday and Thursday is going to be a lot more easier for you. Now, another thing you can do too when it comes to bonuses is plan your day according, depending on when the bonuses are. So Lyft has turbo bonuses and things like that. So if there are certain bonuses for particular times, for particular areas, for particular weekdays or weekends, make sure you are using it to your advantage and not necessarily to Uber and Lyft's. And this is something where you can really take advantage with the 3 Ps when you plan, you position, and you have the patience for the particular rides. So you can make sure that you are using all the tools to your advantage. Even though it might seem like Uber and Lyft want to do it just for theirs, you can definitely take advantage of the offers by whatever they're giving you by knowing just your market, where you got to be, when you got to be there, and taking advantage of that. So that is 5 different secrets on how you can maximize your earnings when it comes to driving for Uber and Lyft. Remember, it's not about taking every single ride, but it's about taking rides that are going to be profitable for you at the times it's going to be profitable for you. And definitely working smarter, not harder. Now, if you found these tips helpful, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and also put your comments below. What kind of tips do you have to maximize your earnings when out on the road? Now, Lyft just recently announced something called Earnings Assistant, and it's supposed to be using AI in order to help you plan your day. Is it going to be worth it or any good? We'll find out right here, and you'll be able to see a lot more information on it and my thoughts overall. All right, everyone, be safe out there.